Hi guys, welcome back to the Birthed Diaries. Okay, so listen, I know a lot of people are probably like, what's up with the videos? Life. I've been living my life, and a lot has been going on, but I didn't forget about you guys, and so I was like, I need to make a video tonight. And the crazy thing is, I am actually being, I guess, a little forced to make this video. Let me not say forced. I felt it in my spirit to make this video because since I posted my last video, I have gotten a lot of phone calls and emails, believe it or not, from other women who are getting divorced. I don't know if it's something spiritual is happening. That's exactly what I think is the case. But after having some really in-depth conversations with some strangers, some people I don't even know, and then actually some friends, close friends that I was a little shocked to get the news from, I decided to make this video because my next video was actually going to be about kind of like life after divorce and what that looks like, but the universe had another plan. So after having really long talks for the last couple of weeks with some of these sisters, it forced me to have some quiet time with myself and reflect on a few things. And there were 5 things that came up for me that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and I guess also get your input on. And it's just something to think about, food for thought. So the first thing I asked myself after thinking about the relationship dynamics of the people I spoke to and my past relationships, not just my marriage, but just in general, I thought about this. Where were you within yourself, the space and place within yourself, when you attracted the person that you're either currently in union with or once was in union with and are no longer in union with? And I say that to say, people say it's a quote you hear all the time, you attract what you are. Well, I kind of believe in that. And I was thinking, like, well, how many times do we meet people and maybe, we haven't done our emotional work, our healing. Maybe we're in a place where we're not financially stable. Maybe we're just coming out of a previous union. Just wherever you are in yourself. Sometimes we are extremely happy and healthy and living our best lives, and that's actually the best time to attract somebody. But anyway, so I had to think about that, and I was like, Mara, where were you in yourself, within yourself, at 20, how old was I? Y'all, I'm getting old. I just had a birthday. 24. Where were you at 24? When you decided that this particular relationship was going to be long term, like for the long haul? Well, I had to sit and have a real conversation with myself. And I was like, well, shoot, I had just got out of school. I had just graduated, my roommate and I, we were pretty much like about to go our separate ways. She was moving back home. And I was like, what do I do now? So I can't afford this rent by myself. What does this look like? And of course, at that time, it was like, okay, I need to get a job, one that is actually like worth 2 pennies, and it'll help me sustain my life and, figure out what I'm going to do. Am I going to grad school? All these things, right? I was really in limbo with myself. And here comes somebody who is pretty stable, financially savvy. And I gotta be honest, at that time, I really wasn't. I wouldn't say that I was extremely like financially savvy. I mean, I could pay my bills on time. That's about it. But I needed to work. And I was like, okay, really good, you know, kind-hearted person, and just like, it's not a bad fit. But I recognize now, where I am now, that I was operating from a place of lack. Yeah. And when you're making decisions based off of lack or some type of void, sometimes you don't make the best decisions. So I had to sit with myself with that. And I'm like, okay, all right. So that's what that was. You definitely were making a decision based on what can this person provide for me that I can't currently provide for myself. That's honest. So something to think about. Where were you in space, in a place within yourself, when you attracted whoever you're with now or once was with? The second thing I thought about was, what was your why? Like, why did you actually enter into this union? What were you seeking? Were you in love? Were they just a really good person? Were they dependable, reliable? What was your why? Like, why? And I don't think a lot of us are thinking about our why. And if it is like a thought, a lot of times I feel like it's very surface level. I don't think we're going very deep. Why do I see you as someone that I want to share my life with, in my space and my time? And why have I decided to love you? These are some really good like questions to ask yourself prior to dating even, let alone marriage. So yeah, why? And then the next thing was like, is this person or was this person forcing you to be a better version of yourself? Whether that be, and I'm talking mind, body, spirit. Whether it be, you know, going back to school or gaining some type of knowledge, more knowledge, opening yourself up to different ways of thinking, getting into better physical health, healing, especially trauma. Does this person even know that you have trauma? We're all carrying it. We all have something in us that 9 times out of 10 has not been dealt with. How many people are being open and honest about those things with their partner? And is your partner forcing you to deal with those issues? Not only to be a better version of yourself, but to be a healthier partner. I had to think about that. And, you know, not to speak ill will towards my ex or anything like that. But I didn't feel motivated to be a better me. Even just for me. And, you know, typically we do that because whoever we're dealing with is a mirror, right? So a lot of times people are either mirroring to you what it is you really like about yourself and that, you know, is good, or what you don't really like about yourself and need some work. A lot of times you'll even see, if you're really paying attention and you're tapped in, you'll see similar traumas within someone. Again, you attract what you are. And we're all, honestly, whoever you're in a relationship, whether it be your mother, your girlfriends, whoever, we're all mirroring each other. And to be honest, you know, a lot of times we're looking in the mirror, but we're not really looking in the mirror. Because when you look in the mirror and you see some type of flaw or something that's off, you usually have this innate feeling to want to fix it, right? But I mean, a lot of us are looking in the mirror and we just like, I'm good. Or I'll fix it later. Oh, it's not that bad, right? So is this person forcing you to want to level up? Like, and not necessarily for them, but for you. Like, I want to be a better me for me, but I want to also be a better me so that you can benefit. So that's something to think about. And the fourth thing was, did your relationship or does your relationship serve a higher purpose? How many people are just in relationships just to be in relationships? I was thinking one day and I was like, Samara, what does this next relationship look like for you? Whenever it comes, right? What do you want it to look like? And I was like, man, I really want my relationship to serve like as the light for other couples. I want it to be healing for other people. I want people to really be able to call me up and say, hey, can we sit down with you and your husband and talk about X, Y, and Z? We going through it. Or can we talk to you guys about, you know, how to get our finances in order? Or, you know, we see you guys are doing really good with your kids and we just want some parenting advice. I want to be able to be a healing space. I want my relationship to reflect not only how we feel about each other, but how we feel about other people. And I wonder how many people think about their relationships in that way. What are you doing as a collective, like as a united front to touch other lives? And it could be anything, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we got together to start a nonprofit because, you know, we really love kids and we want to help kids, and or whatever the case may be. What purpose does your relationship serve outside of being self-serving? Something to think about. And last but not least, this one right here. I gotta be honest, it probably humbled me more than anything else. And it was a hard pill to swallow because I realized it was something that I wasn't doing. And this one is, are you loving unconditionally, or have you loved unconditionally? No. The answer is no. Okay? Shoot. I'm human. Answer is no. So I definitely loved in a way where, you know, I loved people when they were doing what I wanted them to do. And I think a lot of us do that, or a lot of us have been guilty of that. I definitely created parameters in which I wanted somebody to work within. And if they wasn't working within that, I was like, I'm not feeling you. That is not okay. I have forced my ex and others to be what I wanted them to be. And I created these ideas in my mind of what I thought this person should be. And if they weren't living up to that, then of course I wasn't really loving. It was, my love, I think, was very rigid. And it was a box. And now I realize that love is free flowing. You know, you have to love people where they are. And I'm not saying be a doormat, and I'm not saying, you know, just take whatever somebody is giving you. But what I am saying is, you can't say that you love someone and you're constantly trying to change them. You can't say that you love someone and as soon as they do something that you don't like, your love is being withheld. You know what I mean? Like, love really is unconditional. It's patient. It's kind. It's understanding. It's flexible. Love is a do. That's another thing, though. Love is a do. Like, it's not a word. It's an action, and you have to put it into action. And a lot of us aren't really loving, but the reality is we aren't really loving ourselves. And, you know, when I looked at this list, at first I looked at it in respect to a marriage or a relationship. And then I realized, well, you know, the most important relationship that you have is the one with yourself. So Myra, if you go back through the list, where were you within yourself when you made the decisions that you made? It was based on a relationship that you had with yourself. You entered into a union with someone else, but what did the union with yourself look like? You asking somebody else to force you to be a better version of yourself, but are you forcing you to be a better version of yourself? You talking about, does your relationship have a greater purpose? What is your purpose? And how can you love somebody else unconditionally if you're not even loving yourself unconditionally? You see how all this makes sense now? So those are just some things that I've been thinking about, y'all. I didn't want to make this video too long, but if you have any comments, by all means, email me. Put them in the comments section below. You know, reach out to me like you all have been doing. But I'm interested to hear your perspective. And just know that I'm in this thing just like you guys are. I am on a journey to self-discovery and whatever it takes at this point. And I'm open to constructive criticism and advice and whatever. You know, those who have already been through this and made it to the other side and, you know, living your best life, y'all can reach out too. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. But life to me now is just a series of experiences and life lessons and opportunities to apply lessons so that they just don't become habits. And you don't repeat the same things over and over and over again. So that's where I am. I love you all, and as always, thank you so much for tuning in to the Birthed Diaries. Peace.